Hi, everybody. I'm Michael David, and welcome to Pepper Tree Lane. This is a retro site. We talk about memories of pop culture of the 70s, 80s, and 90s. I was there. I'm a child of the 70s, teenager in the 80s, and young man in the 90s. So I remember a lot of things about TV, film, music. But it's also for younger people who want to experience that time, and it was a golden era. It really was, and the music still played all the time. If you walk into a supermarket, you may hear, the Steve Miller Band, some song from the '70s. It's all still there. It was a golden era. So this is just celebrating those times. It's called Pepper Tree Lane because I do live in California, and my memories are going to be based in Los Angeles, going to public schools, and that maybe a lot more California memories that perhaps were not as popular in the Midwest or the East Coast. I don't know. We'll find out. But there are my opinions and memories. There's no right or wrong. You may hate a show, you may love a show. It doesn't matter. We're here to have fun with this. And pepper trees are all around California. They provide a lot of shade, and this is what I'm here to do, provide some shade. From the relief of life, all of the drama, all of the work and family and responsibilities we have, this is a place to have some fun. Okay, Pepper Tree Lane, and so that's the name of the site. And I am an antique dealer. I've managed an antique store, and I will be selling antiques, jewelries, collectibles, and that's part of this whole goal that I'm doing, this whole media project. So today we're going to talk about. I picked out a '70s TV show to talk about, and it's one that I love, and a musical group. So, and one that I love as well. We'll start with that. So the TV show is called Eight Is Enough, and it started around '76 and ran till '81. And I love the show. The acting is very natural. It's not overacting. It's not underacting. It's just right. I felt it reflected how kids really acted at the time. Eight is Enough. It's on DVD. It is available. I've seen it out there. So that's why I'm picking that one out. I was drawn to it. It was a true story of a big family. The father wrote newspaper articles. He was a columnist, and he had a big family with 8 kids. So it tells the story of their lives, and there were lots of plots and subplots mixing through all these episodes because there were so many actors. And they chose actors who were not starlets or matinee idols or anybody famous. They picked really natural kids. Many of them had really never been on the camera much, and you can tell they don't wear a lot of makeup or anything. There's not a lot of beauty shots or anything like that. It's just really natural and clean and fun. And so what happened with the show, the original wife on the show, the actress, passed away from cancer. So they were like 4 episodes in. What do? And the writers chose to write the actual event into the show. And the wife died on the show, and Mr. Bradford became a widower. And then he met another woman who came into their lives, the stepmom, and that was the series. And that's the best thing to do, I think. That was real, that was genuine. We all felt it. We all felt that this TV show was not going to be fake or phony. They were going to deal with real life as it happened, and they played it out just right. So it was kind of sad in the beginning, but then they moved on, and there were elements of comedy and drama within the same episode. It was comedy drama. 8 is Enough, great show. The theme song, fantastic. It could have been a hit record. It might have been, I don't know. But it's just a beautiful melody and song. I always go find out which theme song is tied up to a show that can really help a show a lot. And this is a beautiful song. You can find it on YouTube. And I have to say, they went off the air in '81. They came back in like '88 for a reunion movie, and it was really good. One of the few reunion movies I've ever seen. They just picked up. It was real natural. Went right into the plots, and they did a great TV reunion movie, the first one, if you can find it. And so Adam Rich was the child star on that show. Dick Van Patten played the dad, and Willie Ames played one of the sons. He went on to another show called Charles in Charge, and he became a Christian and did a lot of Christian television as well. So 8 is enough. I'll start with that one. How about that? If you find it, and I think you'll really treasure, if you want to see what young teens acted like in the late 70s, I would pick that show in particular. And the band I want to talk about, or music I'm going to start with, is there's an idea that in the late 70s, everything was disco. And a lot of it was, but there was a lot of great rock music and pop music during that time, and new wave. There was a lot going on musically. It's still being played to this day, as I'm telling you. I think the record companies just let the musicians do whatever they wanted and create great music. It was a golden era. So yes, there was music on the dance floor and a lot of disco in 77, 78, but I'm going to talk about a rock band named Kansas that peaked in 77. So, and they're just one example. There was a lot of great music at that time, and many people listened to both rock and disco, depended on your mood. I listened to all of it, new wave, whatever I felt like at that time. So Kansas peaked in about 77. I was drawn to them because they used a different instrument. They used a violin, which I'm always looking for something different, as you'll see in this channel, okay? They dressed all differently. One wore a tuxedo, one wore like a wizard's costume, another dressed like an athlete when they went on stage. And that's great. You got to be true to yourself. You could tell it wasn't a corporate package that was put together. They all did their own thing, and it worked. You have to be original, you have to be unique, and that's a great life lesson. And I'm going to be authentic to myself on this channel, and just go out in life and be totally authentic and be yourself, and you can fly to the moon. You really can. So Kansas, the album was Point of No Return. One of my favorite album covers, the ship going off the side of the end of the earth. And Dust in the Wind, beautiful sad song. If you're ever in a blue mood late at night and just want to listen to a sad song, Dust in the Wind. It's beautiful though, beautiful song. And Point of No Return, just fantastic songs. Carry On Wayward Son, all being played to this day, of course. The vocalist was fantastic, Steve Walsh, one of the best rock vocalists ever. So the deal with Kansas is they were on different spiritual paths as the 70s went on, and a few of them became Christians, a few others had a different spiritual path. There was some infighting in the lyrics and the philosophy during that time. That's what was going on backstage. So in 78, they released a big live album, 2 for the show, I remember it. And if you want to hear a captured live performance of Kansas, all these different personalities at their peak. And sometimes when you have different people creating art, it creates this incredible explosion or gift. It may not last long, only a couple of years, but you'll see it over and over, different personalities coming together to create this fantastic art. And it's hard to hold together because the people are so different. So the live album is 2 for the show. It's a platinum album. It has a new song on it. I'm always looking for one new song in like the greatest hits or the live album. Is there a new song? Yes, I'll take it. I'll take anything. And it's called Lonely Wind. It's a good song. Everything they did was high class and fantastic. And they were virtuoso musicians, absolutely. So 79 rolls around, the keyboardist gets into like this spiritual thing called Urantia. And there's this giant book, it's kind of a new agey book called Urantia. They talk about angels and the history of the planet. Very complicated. I've looked at it. I don't understand it, but it's something he was into in '79, and so that reflects in the lyrics of the album Monolith, which came out at that time. And so there started to be some tensions pulling apart in the band. And then by '80, they released, I'm going to circle in on this album called Audiovisions, and I love this album. This is the one that I want to tell people about. There's a beautiful ballad, kind of a spiritual ballad called Hold On. That was the hit, if anything, off of that. And then there's a rocker called Relentless. Oh my God, that's a great song, Relentless. And it should have been a big hit. It probably was on rock radio. I'm not sure, but I just think that was a fantastic album, even though they were fighting and they had a tour, and then the lead singer just walked away, couldn't stand it anymore, the tensions in the band. But they captured that document, that moment in 1980 with Audiovisions. So that's kind of, I'm always going to focus on different things in a band's career or TV show. That's just how I roll. So the band went on with the keyboardist, Kerry Livgren, more in charge, and they brought in a Christian singer, and they put out a great record called Vinyl Confessions, and it's fantastic. They got on MTV, they kept rolling with the 80s, the new music, and they had a great song called Play the Game Tonight, and then it's a soap opera, it gets complicated, but by the mid-'80s, the original singer came back, Steve Walsh, and then some of the other members were gone. And he got on MTV, a great song called All I Wanted. And they can almost do no wrong. They're also talented. It almost doesn't matter what kind of spaghetti you throw on the wall with Kansas. They're just really talented people, so they're going to come up with something good. So the song's called All I Wanted. It was a video. I remember it was on MTV. Kansas is back, but they looked different. It was different people in the band. So they've had a long career, many platinum albums. Check out Kansas. I think you'll be absolutely thrilled with their music. And later in their career, they did do a Beatles song, Eleanor Rigby. I wanted to throw that out. I love when any great band can interpret the Beatles, so I just wanted to tell you that. And they're still going to this day. So anyway, I'll leave you with that. A great TV show, 8 is Enough. Amazing band called Kansas, and we'll start from there, and we'll take it from there. Welcome to Pepper Tree Lane. Thanks for joining me. I'm Michael David. Bye-bye.